Here's how working with Helena shifted my view on love and elevated my life. When I first met Helena, she was nobody to me except my mom's friend. I didn't know much about her, and I certainly didn't know what she did for a living. There was one day where she was over at our house, and she had brought up something about my love life. I was about 20 years old, and I remember at the time I was in a pretty not so healthy relationship with a guy, someone that I was talking to. So I began to talk about it a little, and I could now pick up on the ways that she would ask me these challenging questions to make me understand just how not great that situation was. I now realize that she was able to tell that I wasn't really ready to hear any of it, because the way I had grown up, I had developed this very hyper-masculine sense of self in my home that manifested in my relationship with men. I was very insecure, I had an anxious attachment style, and I had this very apologetic, doormatty personality around men. I didn't realize any of these things about myself, not at the time at least. And for a long time I didn't address it. But then there was one day, a couple years later, where we came across each other again, and just like the time before, she asked me again, oh well, any news with your love life, anything with dating? She's kind of like my auntie, so you see your aunt and they ask you these things, young 20-year-old girl. And so I began to tell her, actually, yeah, I'm kind of in this tough situation. And so I began to tell her about it, and I noticed the way she began to tell me all these flaws that I was making in this situation. And in my head I thought, what on earth is she talking about? I mean, I really thought that I knew everything and that I didn't need help and I was great on my own, and that hyper-masculine personality was coming out again. However, seeing how confident she was in her knowledge and seeing what a terrible situation I put myself in, I decided to listen to her. And from that day on, I never, ever doubted her again. I am so grateful to have her in my life, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have learned not only all these different skills, but also this self-love that comes with the lessons. Recently, I was in a situation, a really damaging situation, with a man very close to me, whom I love very much. And I was so scared in this situation. I thought, I am never gonna get out of this if I don't do something right now. And if I don't, I will be stuck in this mess for the rest of my life. That's what I was thinking. And so I turned to the only person that I knew had the knowledge and the skills necessary to understand what I was going through. Even my own mother didn't quite understand what I was going through, because she didn't have that knowledge that Helena has accumulated from all her years of studying and working with people. And so I asked her for help. She was there for me when I needed her. And of course, she taught me all these skills that I needed to repair this very damaged relationship that I had with this man. What I wanted was to elevate myself out of this man's life. However, what she taught me, intentionally or not, was how to repair the connection I had with this man into something really, really beautiful that I am so grateful to this day that I have in my life right now. She taught me how to do a proper apology, one that makes you able to connect with that person and that person connect with yourself. She taught me how to woman up, which if you ever work with her, you will hear her say these words. She taught me how to take care of myself, how to do what I need to do necessary to attract this real sense of love. And it's not just about love one man has for you. Everybody always asks, how do I fix this relationship? Or how do I have the marriage of my dreams? But nobody ever asks, where is my self-love falling short? I certainly didn't ask this. I asked, how do I fix that relationship? But the thing about her knowledge is it's the self-love that you get soaked in that brings all these beautiful things with it. Love in your partners, love with your family, and love for the world. She doesn't only work in that materialistic way where, okay, you do this, you're gonna get this, or you're gonna get that. It is much deeper than that. For me, I feel as though I am suddenly surrounded by love in the world. And it starts with self-love. Something that I didn't know I was missing, but when I did, I never thought I would gain. Because you're used to that lifestyle, and it's how you grew up, and it becomes familiar in your body. It just seems, this is who I am now, this is how I'll be. But no, she challenged me and showed me the steps, and she was right there by my side, because I don't think I would have had the courage to take those steps by myself. So, if you are struggling with love in the world, you're probably struggling with love for yourself. Then trust me when I say that Helena is one phone call away and she is happy to help. But you must be up for that challenge, because you will have to unlearn these insecure behaviors that you've taken with you over time and that found a home in your body. You will have to challenge yourself and outgrow who you are. And it feels weird. It feels like, how could I possibly respect myself when I haven't for so long? How could I possibly love myself? I mean, this feeling is disgusting right now. But the end result is that it's blissful. I, for the first time, feel safe in my own skin. I mean, I know what that feels like now, and I don't think I could say that for the past 20 years before. So, if you are up for this challenge, you are ready to upgrade and to grow, and you are ready to say goodbye to your old self, because you will not recognize yourself anymore. You will not recognize that person. Then trust me when I say, Helena is here to help. She is the love master. She is my superwoman. Actually, that's what I call her. When you're in your 20s and you need help with love, someone who knows as much as she knows is superwoman. And she just has a big heart. And you'll hear her say, this is kind of her motto, her path is to spread love in the world, one person at a time. You'll hear her say this. One person indeed. My Helena, I'm gonna say this once more. thank you a million for everything you've done, and I love you very much.